Let us create a front-end application for whatever database design we have done. To do that, I'm using JDeveloper. The version that I'm using is 12c, 12.2.1.1.0. You can use any IDE, but I find ADF using JDeveloper will be making me more productive to build this application faster when compared to anything else. I mean, it's totally your choice. If you want, you can use Eclipse or any IDE, whatever you want to. And I'm using ADF, Application Development Framework. Once again, you are free to use anything. You can use your own custom framework, use JSPs, servlets, or anything. But then to have this deployed on Java Cloud Service or JCS, you would be needing to create a WAR file or AR file, and you need to deploy that. So having said that, let us begin with the application creation. File, new, application, ADF Fusion Web App. I'll just name something like school app. I can give any name, but just some friendly name. School app. Just select next, click finish. What is most important is the model layer. Let us connect to database table. Database connection. You can give any name. The username, password. You can copy this from the SQL Developer connection. The username, password. Save the password. Host name is nothing but the IP address of your database cloud service. Service name, copy this. Port is 1521. Test the connection. Click OK. So this should go and generate. This has created a connection, and you can in fact go and browse the tables and sequence and all this thing here. Let us right click on model, business component from tables, select the connection, click OK. You have list of all the tables, but we basically need two tables, students and teachers. Shift them to right side. The suffix that you see evo, basically it means entity object. What entity object means is basically used to read or write on a table. It can be inserting a record, or it can be an updating a record, or it can be deleting a record on a table. You would need an entity object. Whereas a view object can basically be just for a read-only view, can be just for a query. It can be a select statement. So we have entity object, click next. This will make it as a evo vivo, an entity object that is used to do a read-write operation. This is query-based view object. It is basically read-only. We'll select one. The naming I will give RO vivo, that is read-only view object. We will generate an app module. In fact, you can also create REST services from this database table. There is an option here. Fine. Within a couple of minutes, you see this whole lot of code and model has been created. Entity object, Vivo, Evo, all these things have been created. Let us try to run this thing. Right click on app module and run on it. So this is students Evo. You can update this thing. 90% you can make it as say 95%. You can commit that. This is read-only object. That means to say uh, you cannot actually delete or anything here, delete or update. You can just view them. And since we had a foreign key, you see the master and detail relation has been automatically established. For every teacher, you see corresponding students. If I want to add a say new teacher, I will give teacher ID 3, teacher name, info science, experience, say 15 year, click commit. And I can add a student also for this teacher. 1. See, the problem here is student ID 1 already exists, so I need to find some other student ID. 6. Okay. Student name, Ian, marks 50%. Teacher ID, the 3 is automatically, you got it here. The problem that I need to solve right now is this student ID, it should automatically increment. So should the teacher ID. I don't want to be myself giving the value and throwing errors. To do that, I will create a simple fix. Cancel this. Select the Evo entity object. Remember, not Evo Vivo, just Evo. Okay, go to attributes at both the places. We want student ID to be automatically incremented. So click on expression. You copy paste this one. What it simply means is get the sequence ID, student underscore sequence ID from the database table and automatically increment it by 1. Click OK. I can use the same sequence even for teachers, or I can create a different sequence, but let me reuse it. Create an expression. Click OK. So I have sequences. One thing I need to do in 12C is make this a trusted sequence. To do that, go to source, and where you see untrusted, you make it trusted. Similarly here, you make it trusted. That's it. Let us run the model this time. Right click and run. We already have 3 teachers. Okay, I want to add the fourth one. Just click plus sign. Basically, what we will do is just go and clean up the records here. Just cancel this. And in the sequence, see, the problem here is the sequence is starting from 1, and we already have that particular record there. So the easiest thing to do would be to go and delete this record. Delete all the student record. Delete all the teachers records. Fine. Now let us run the app module. You see, you got a teacher ID, teacher name, James Smith, department, comp science, years of experience, 15 years. I have a student for him. It automatically got the student ID. Student name is Dan, maths 50, physics 60, 70, 80. Teacher ID has automatically come here. Click comment. Now let us add one more teacher. It is given a teacher ID, department, biochemistry, years of experience 14. We will have 2 students for him. So you see, this is a validate row. Whether you entered everything properly, you can validate it. And this is actually going and committing into database. So fine, we have our 2 records, and this is saved in our database table. Can we check that? You see, to summarize it, what we did was we created an app module, okay, that can go and create, that can go and insert or update or delete record directly into the database table. and we used sequence so that we can automatically keep on increase that primary key value. So our app module is up. The only thing that we would need is create a front end.